Hello, my sweet Tauruses. Welcome to Amethyst Moon Tarot. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for all of your love, your support, your likes, your comments, any feedback, any and all feedback is much appreciated. Hopefully the day, the week, everything is going really well for you guys. Hopefully you're getting some nice downtime this summer. It's a very hot summer, disgustingly hot this year. So hopefully you're staying somewhere nice and cool. So for Tauruses, this is your weekly-ish reading. It's about, for the next few days. Time is not linear, so, just keep that in mind. It may not be the exact 7 days. It might be, a week, give or take. But it's to give you an idea of what the universe may have for you for the upcoming week. It is for all Tauruses watching, of course. So if this doesn't speak to you, if it doesn't resonate with you, it could be that this is not your message this week. There is also the possibility that if you came across this, that this is a message that you might need to share with someone or be there for someone to help them out with whatever situation they may be going through. So, Taurus, let's start off with an oracle card. And this will give us the overall feeling for the upcoming week. Overall mindset, overall circumstances. All right. There we go. Hopefully everybody had a great week last week. Hopefully, again, that you just took care of yourself this past week. It's been, here in Southern Ontario, it's been disgusting, hot. It's been very, very smoggy, and at this time of year, we just want to make sure we stay somewhere where the air is nice and fresh and clean. And all right, before I get too chatty or distracted. All right, so our oracle today is courier, messenger of connections, delivery, information transmission, and gift. Okay. Feels like this is coming into your week rather than you playing the part of the courier. Feels more like you are going to be receiving connections, information. Let's get some tarot cards. Clarify this message a little bit. Maybe there are gifts coming to you. Maybe there's it's anniversary time. Maybe it's a special occasion going on this week. Yeah, it feels very much like something coming into you rather than what you are putting out there. So let's get some tarot and get this message clarified. All right, so mindset this week for my Tauruses. Okay. King of Swords. So that's being sure of yourself, your thoughts. That's being a leader. It's not really jiving with the courier right at the moment, so let's get a few more. Hopes and fears is the 9 of Wands. Obstacles is strength. All right, foundation is the 9 of Pentacles. let's see, your environment is the Two of Pentacles. And if you watched the daily for Tuesday, we had very similar cards come up in those positions. So your future and advice from the environment, oh my goodness, from the universe is 10 of Cups and the Fool. Okay. And our surprise from the universe is the King of Cups. All right. So the King of Swords is about communication. It's about thoughts, ideas, master of the spoken word. With Courier, what message are you trying to get across that may be falling on deaf ears? I don't know why I'm getting the whole deaf ears idea, but just looking at this king's face, I don't know why I'm seeing just disappointment. Okay. With hopes and fears is 9 of Wands. So this is your wounded warrior. This is feeling like you're fighting an uphill battle without a whole lot of return. Okay, so it really does feel like there's a message. Now, whether or not that's a message coming into you or a message that you are trying to give out, it feels like no one is listening. With your obstacles being strength and your hopes and fears being the 9 of Wands, I'm feeling more of a stubbornness. So anyone who knows the Taurus knows that they can be extremely stubborn. My mother was a Taurus, and that was definitely a personality trait with her. So it could be that a message is trying to get to you and you have reasons for not wanting to hear it. Maybe the message is coming from someone who has hurt you in the past. Maybe the message is coming from something you don't agree with. Maybe the message is something you're not ready to hear, accept, see. But if the universe is bringing this out, then this is an important message. Yeah, it definitely feels like it's coming into you. Like this is a message for you. Someone is trying to communicate something with you, and it could be that. It could be that you've already dealt with this. You've already had this experience, and you don't want to have this experience again, right? Your foundation is the 9 of Pentacles, and this is an extremely positive card. This is about being comfortable with your own wealth, being able to take care of yourself, being able to do what you want. You have worked very hard to get to where you are, and everything now is good and solid. And it is possible that this message that someone is trying to bring into you, because it doesn't feel like you're trying to send out a message. It definitely feels like a message is trying to come into you. That you don't want it to mess up your world, right? Your environment is the Two of Pentacles, and that is having to make a decision. That's keeping everything in balance, right? That is making sure everyone over here is happy with everyone over here and vice versa. And not necessarily happy, just not upset with each other, just keeping the balance, keeping the peace. And it feels like you are not, your responsibility is not to keep the peace. You have removed yourself from this situation, but people keep trying to draw you into this situation. It feels like that this communication that is happening is like, well, let's use the example of, there's a fight between siblings. There's 3 siblings, 2 of them are fighting, and both of them are talking to the third sibling, being like, take my side, take my side. Can't you see it from my point of view? Da, da, da. And it feels, Taurus, is like, you're just like, yes, I've been there before. I have experienced this before with both of you. I am good where I am right now. I do not want to get into the mix of your bullshit fight, because that is ultimately what it is. You've had this fight before with whoever this sibling is, maybe both siblings, right? Let's keep up with the siblings example. You've had this before. And you're just like, nope, I'm good. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't care. You do care. That love is still there. There's caring. But you're putting that distance, right? And with that distance is your own security. With that distance is not letting yourself be caught in the mess anymore, not letting yourself be that wounded warrior anymore, because your future and your advice, along with your surprise, is wonderful. Like, this is the 10 of Cups with the Fool. Yeah, I am getting, you are not getting rid of these people. You are not getting rid of whatever the circumstance, the situation, whether this is at work, whether this is in your home, whether this is with your friends, wherever this argument is happening, wherever this discontent is happening, it is not yours to solve, Tauruses, and it is not yours to battle. Okay? And the more you stay out of this, really stay out of this, you're going to find yourself. Maybe this is a situation that you keep getting dragged into over and over again. Maybe this is something that has been going on for a very long time. Maybe it's not just one little argument. Maybe it's an argument in a series of arguments that has been going on for a while. And you going, yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys, I'm out. The universe is telling you, your future and your advice is start fresh. Don't ignore, maybe you should ignore whatever this battle, whatever this fight, whatever this garbage that they keep trying to pull you into. Maybe the advice is to ignore it completely. I'm not feeling that exactly. I'm feeling more of a, when you are done with your battle, when you are done with your fight, when you are done with your BS, I'm still going to be here. But you have to figure it out for yourself. I'm not going to get involved because I have my own life. I have my own places to go. I have my own things to do. I don't really want this negative mindset. I don't want this argument. And these are all very, like, the 9 of Wands is not the happiest card in the deck, but it's not like these are negative cards. This is just the feeling that I am getting off of them. And the advice that I'm getting from the universe is when you let go and you just take that leap and be like, nope, I cannot be involved in this anymore. I have to put my foot down. That is when either you find your true happiness, or maybe you being out of this mix forces the people who are involved in whatever this argument is, whatever this situation is, to figure it out for themselves, right? Because you've got the King of Cups as your surprise. Queen of Pentacles. And the King of Cups is stable in his emotions, right? He is comfortable expressing who he is. He is comfortable crying. He's comfortable laughing. I always think of the King of Cups as that guy who doesn't care what the other guys are doing, right? He's not part of the bro code. And yeah, it just feels like letting go of this, not being involved in this argument, will make you happier, will make you more stable. The Fool card isn't really a stability card. It's about starting something new. It's about taking that leap of faith. It's about having that childlike sense of wonder when you look at the world again. And that happiness, that childlike sense of wonder, it could just be from saying no to this, saying, I do not want to be a part of this. Or another feeling is that once this situation is solved, once you step out of it and just really step out of it, really let whatever this situation is play out on its own, do its own thing, it feels like it'll improve this situation as well. Either way, my Taurians, I'm just seeing happiness. I'm feeling happiness. I'm feeling calm and comfort and being in a safe and secure place where maybe, maybe this is you moving away from this. Maybe that moving away, whether that is physical, mental, emotional, but moving away from, I just keep seeing arguments here. Your happiness is on the other side of this argument. Your happiness is when this is no longer something that you have to deal with on a regular basis. Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be completely out of it. Maybe you will still be there to communicate. Maybe you will still be there to listen, but you're not going to be put into the middle of things anymore. Let's see, what else? Do we have anything else? Yeah, it's not your job to balance this. It's not your job to set this right. It's your job to let them figure it out. It'll make you happier, and ultimately I think it will make this situation, whoever is involved with this, it'll make them happier as well. Yeah. All right, Tauruses, that is what I have for you for the next week. Hopefully this is not too crazy of a week for you. I think it might be for a few of you, but ultimately it's it's whatever happens this week, ultimately it is for the best. It is for your end game. It is for your happiness at the end of it all. So please let me know if this resonated with you, if this spoke to you. I'd really love to hear your thoughts on the reading. I'd love to hear what happened to you over this next week. All of your feedback, it really does mean a lot to me to get your feedback and your comments. So hopefully everybody has an amazing week this week, even if it might be a little bit headachy. If you feel so called while you're here, please hit that thumbs up button if this does resonate with you. And while you're there, if you want, hit that subscribe button. If you would like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below. And I will get back to you within about 24 hours for any messages that I get. I hope you all have an amazing week, Tauruses, and I will see you soon. Hugs and kisses.